Hi again, welcome back. Okay, where's my blood sugar now? My blood sugar is settling down at 7.2. When I first started the video today, it was at 6.8. I usually like to do these sort of one day in a week, and I do about 5. So we're fine for the rest of the week. Okay, fully calibrated, almost a whole unit of insulin is active in my system. It's been a while since a correction, so we're doing okay. Again, time and range 90, 10%, 90%. Blood sugar is at 7.5, and that's come down. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay. Boom. And needs a little trim. Okay. Today I want to talk to you in regards to diabetes has always been the have-not disease. Years ago, 47 to be exact, when I got diagnosed in October of that year, 1977, I pretty well was told you can't have any sweets. I was the fat kid, so yes, I enjoyed sweets. I couldn't have any cakes or cookies. And for the first year, I kind of followed that. But then I got into the teenage years. And at school, I can remember lunch was always the hardest. If you went down to the cafeteria, you were bombarded by fries. There was fries and gravy. Everyone would line up for that. I went for the whole meal, but there was still, I couldn't have dessert. And it felt like everyone was watching me. All my friends were like, oh, is he going to take a sweet? Oh, he's going to take it, I know. And like I said, the first year was pretty good. After my mother and my stepfather moved away and I was living with my sister, things hit the fan. I felt kind of, why can't I have these things? I discovered, well, if I increase my insulin a bit, I could cover, carbs weren't a thing yet, but I could cover my blood sugar wouldn't peak. So I did it, but I still recorded the same insulin dose because God forbid my doctor find out. Oh, now pretty much what I was doing was I wasn't counting the carbs, I was guesstimating. But I was doing a roundabout way of what they teach now. Like I said, if I had a chocolate bar, I would just take 10 extra units. And my blood sugar was probably high at that point, but there was no way of really testing your blood sugar. So I didn't know what I was doing. The only way you could sort of tell what your blood sugar was by urine testing. And you had to go to the washroom, you had to wait 30 minutes, and then you could try again. And so you ended up having to scarf down your lunch before the bell for the next classes rang. It was a big mess. So, out of necessity, I kind of found my niche, but I would have lows. I would go to the nurse's office. And then I said, okay, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And then when I started to have lows all the time, naturally occurring, like it wasn't because of extra insulin I was going, I ended up back in the hospital. And things were asinine. It was so ridiculous that when I was trying to control my own blood sugars, I was getting better results. And when I stopped, I went low. In reality, it was my body, itch right there, was trying to equal itself out. I was given a dose, and I was told in probably a year you'll be back. And it was, and you were almost expected in your teenage years, if not at least once, a couple of times, that you would come back. Pure and simple. I just made a habit out of everything. Having and have-nots. I can remember I would have my breakfast. I would be so hungry that I took a fruit out of my lunch and I was eating it on the way to school. And my sister drove by and the yelling, what, you're gonna cause your blood sugars to go up, oh. And it was a major crisis. I could only have what was allocated for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You couldn't have anything extra. So basically, I was kind of taught from an early age that diabetes is the disease of the have-nots. You can't have that. No, you can't have that. There was an old, I think it was Delta introductory video where the flight attendant, no smoking. So, no, you couldn't have that. But the comeback from the health professionals at the time, well, everyone would be in so much better condition if they all ate the diabetic diet and we were supposed to sit there and just be joyful that everyone else could be so much more healthier and we would be so much healthier because we ate the diabetic diet. That was a bunch of hogwash. never really set into me. I knew I had to eat. Felt like my blood sugar was always higher, partially because of me, partially because of my body. And then, sort of in high school, things started to change, just slightly at first. The glucometer came. Okay. And then years later, you were taught how to do blood sugars. You were told what to do with the information. It was awesome. Now, you want to have a piece of cake? Just make sure you count the carbs. Type it in to this little device with your blood sugar. It'll give you insulin. It will do a correction value for you. And life just gets so much easier. But my first years were the disease of have-nots. And type 2 diabetics are pretty much the same. It's been the same for years. The whole philosophy is, oh no, you can't have that. Halloween, I was lucky enough that I got to the age where I really didn't need to go out anymore. I think age 13 was my last Halloween, and I really went out and I got treats for the kids back at the hospital because I had just been released a couple of days beforehand. And then I think November 1st or 2nd, I went back to the hospital and I took the treats. But after that, Halloween was over for me. Easter, my parents did the best they could. There were Trident mints and there was Trident gum. I kind of miss the Trident mints. But now you have Altoids, which are mints that are sugar-free. The options are so much, which is driven by type 2 diabetes. If it was type 1 diabetes, driving all these sugar-free, I don't think we would have had as much. But thanks to our type 2 friends, I think it's opened up a lot more sugar-free options. Just remember to count your carbs right, take your insulin, watch your sugars after. And with that, have fun, and we'll continue later. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.